Here are the top posts from relationships on the 4th of November 2019.
DCI throwaway 1234. My 19M Chiefs 19F Dad 50s chewed me out yesterday. Wiglessness. Her dad is an ass. Not your fault. I hope your girlfriend knows that too. On how to move on. I'm not sure really. Some parents will never accept it and some may come around after a while. Needless to say, your girlfriend needs to talk to Hi Monsieur
D. Trastevere. This isn't about you. And it's not something you can fix by being extra polite. Frankly, it sounds like Dad is deeply uncomfortable with his daughter displaying or receiving physical affection with other people. Let your girlfriend handle it. She knows him better than you do.
VU 70N0m0V5. It sounds that he is overprotective of his daughter as well as having some pretty, shall we say, old-fashioned views on public propriety. Are there cultural issues lying as the background to this? It seems that both you and your partner have similar views about how you think it is best to emotionally and psychologically support one another, but that is starkly different to her father's view. The question is, what do you want to do about it? What does your partner want to do about it, and based on that, what is the best way for you both together? Decide how to best deal with her father. For example, is it feasible for you to say to him that it is because you respect his daughter as an important person in your life that you believe that the way you signal your support to her is so important to you?
Red Blue Flora. My self-esteem is so low that I am hardly enjoying my pregnancy. 36F.
Forget-me-not flower. I am so sure that your sir would be thrilled to help you get mental health care. He would be thrilled to ensure that your depression, and probably PTSD, don't affect your pregnancy to the extent that they do now. Communicate your feelings and ask for help. Clever Latin motto. There are many different kinds of therapies, and there is a good chance that the type you had simply wasn't sufficient, sort of like treating the physical illness with a drug that's only kinda sorta okay. It doesn't do you any harm, but the results are just meh. A few things to do. Research different therapies and pick out a couple that look promising to you. Ask your SO to help you pay for it. Go to Captain Awkward and do a search for low-cost mental health. While you are there, read through her mental health archives. They might be useful for you. Get a copy of Feeling Good by David D. Burns. It's sorta like CBT therapy in a book. Find support groups for abuse victims. It doesn't sound like you healed from the last relationship, which is one reason you need to get back into therapy. Start with your local women's shelter, which might also have some recommended therapists who will work on a sliding scale. Ask Hugh Obgyn for help. She should want to head off any chance at PPD at the pass, so she may have constructive advice for you. Get the book right now and start faithfully doing the exercises while you're researching therapy and figuring out how to get it. The very fact that you are here tells me that you are much stronger than you can possibly realize. It also tells me that, despite all your fears, you haven't given up on life. Start taking the necessary steps. As impossible as you think they are, as useless as your brain weasels tell you they are, take them anyway. You know how to do that because you've been doing it for years. Even if the brain weasels won't allow you to take any credit for it. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you know.
First Rose Princess. Depression during pregnancy, even a very much planned and wanted pregnancy, is more common than you think. I had severe nausea and vomiting during my pregnancy with my daughter, and times were very dark. Please seek out help now because this will turn into postpartum depression. I was profoundly ill after having both of my children.
Mark Ababius. My 16M. Relationship with my mother. 50F. Is crumbling and I don't even know if I want to try to save it.
The Zen psychopath. Be careful with how she tries to rebuild the relationship. She's obviously very manipulative and willing to lie to hurt others when she doesn't get her way. She may be blanketing you in affection to try and make you feel guilty and come to her side and poison you towards your dad. If her affection is like this, it will be gone the next time you stand up for yourself or your dad. When that happens, remember that family is about helping when it's hard, not giving love when it's easy. Typically, the parent who deals with the divorce more responsibly and amicably is going to be the parent that you should look to for guidance, and that does not seem to be her. Waxy Yellow. I kind of can relate to you. My parents are divorced since I was little and I used to live at my mum's and her boyfriend. I thought I had a good relationship with her, but she kept pushing me from my dad, say bad things about him and move to another city with me. My dad still wanted to see me, so he moved to the same city and left everything behind, like his job and friends. Let's skip some time and have a look at me getting 15 years old. Where it caught because ever since we moved to the new city, my mum and dad both wanted sole custody for me. After many years of thinking and many fights with both of my parents, I decided I want to go live with my dad. My mum got really upset, yelled at me, said she had done so much for me, I would betray her, be a bad daughter, and didn't want to see me anymore. Maybe important to add, as I was living there, she and her boyfriend kept talking shit about my dad. She stole money from me and would make me cry and feel bad regularly. For the next 6 months I didn't hear a single word from her until Christmas, when she told me that all my stuff is now at my grandma's cause I wouldn't need it there anymore, and invited me to come celebrate Christmas with her as if it was the most normal thing in the world. Over the years I tried to rebuild our relationship many times, but it never worked. As I turned 18, I moved to another city to be at university and have little to no contact with my monsieur. The only reason I didn't cut her off completely is my little half-sister whom I really love. To cut it short, I tried to talk things out with my mum and always ended up more hurt and disappointed. I'm not saying you shouldn't try, but if it doesn't work, no, it's not your fault. It took me many years to see that I couldn't change my situation no matter what I did, and it isn't my fault things turned out like this. After hearing such things from parents, things will never be the same. Take your time and maybe try to give her another chance. Because trust me, if I didn't know better, I'd still try to make things right just because she is my mother and living without isn't the same. I wish you all the best. Numa 151. You don't have to save this. As much as it sucks, our parents are just people. They are stupid and make mistakes and have crazy thoughts and make bad decisions. They are absolutely no different than any of our friends. At 16, you are very nearly as mature as many parents, no matter what their age. You have values and knowledge of right and wrong. So yes, you can absolutely choose to judge what your parents do. And you can absolutely choose to not forgive them at any time. Before you choose to do this, try to look at your mother and your parents as an outsider, not as their child. Your mother has had an emotional affair, and some people see that as cheating and some just see it as a horrible warning. Your parents have decided to divorce for this. You cannot fix it or go back. You will have to decide how to go forward. But their relationship is their problem, just as it would be for your friends. You are going to have to get through this and somehow live with it. At 16 you still have to have parents. Try not to Take this on as your pro ball, monsieur. Look at her as a troubled person that has made bad decisions. You don't have to like those decisions or forgive them, but you cannot let them affect your every moment. Yogurt ladle. It feels like my 25F boyfriend, 36M, tries to one-up my pain. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, so he diagnosed himself with Lyme as well.
Rua 27. It looks your BF is a selfish-ass hat that tries to avoid caring for you by pretending he is sicker. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Everyone likes kittens. I'm heading to less than family, friend, hotel so I can focus on my health and heal. See you when I feel better. Quote.
Birthday party. OMG, why are you with this person? He's over a decade older and acting like a child. Just dump him so you can prioritize your health and well-being.
Let's run away maybe. I, 23F, feel bad about being bummed that my BF, 25M, didn't propose.
Jack Spun. Try instead to get hyped. Now you're definitely going to be surprised when it hits you. Isn't that exciting? It's okay to be a little bummed, but do remember the point isn't to guess when it's happening. Cinema Kitty. Oh man. I was you. Exactly. I even broke down crying on a rock in Central Park because I was so sure he was going to propose. He bent down to tie his shoe. My boyfriend, now husband, also had the ring for months, but work was crazy and he didn't feel comfortable bringing a ring on vacation, where it could get lost. Pro tip. Either he can get it insured now or you can do it together after the proposes. But definitely unsure your ring. I completely understood, but I was truly bummed that he didn't propose on vacation. I had my nails done and everything. As it turns out, he proposed less than a month later in a way that was much more us, and I'm grateful for it. It's okay to be bummed. But you have all the important parts locked down. You have the partner. The most important part. He has the ring. You have a plan to be together forever. Now is the hard part for women. It does feel like you have no control over your life. Just do your best to focus on how much is good right now, and he will propose when the moment is right. The otherwise poster is right. You have equal say in your engagement timeline. It is completely okay to bring it up and let him know that you had an amazing time on vacation and are even more excited to marry him now. Ask him if he has a plan if you wish, or state what you want. Like saying you'd like to be engaged within the next few months. It may also be helpful to do a tiny bit of research on wedding venues now. We had one we loved and they were booking up 18 months to 2 years ahead of time. With the blessing of my partner, I ended up putting a deposit down on our wedding date before he proposed, so we didn't have to wait another calendar year. He probably has no clue how fast venues, preferred caterers, photographers, churches book. Show him, not to be pushy but to make sure he understands. It could help. I will never forget those tears in Central Park. I was so happy with my partner, but I was miserable waiting to get engaged. I know how you feel. The key is to keep those nails painted and focus on enjoying this time together before things get busy with wedding planning. Good luck. Isaac Ume. I think he though of a better idea to do it. If you really feel bad about it, maybe you should talk to Hi Monsieur. You know that he had the ring but don't know his plans. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.